Exam takers, today I invite you to work on speaking part 2, the pictures. Okay, so a lot of you are a bit afraid of this part as you only have 1 minute and you need to manage your time very well, not to forget about the question, not to describe too much. But we're not going to talk about time management at the moment. What we're going to talk about is one of the main parts of this task is to compare or contrast the two pictures. So this is one of the skills that you have to show. Okay, well, let's open a task and see how we are going to do it. Okay, here is the task. Here, okay, well, so we have to compare or contrast the two pictures for 1 minute and answer this question. Why have the people decided to spend their holiday in these different places? Okay, as the places are different, obviously we have to contrast. So, don't get crazy with describing the pictures. We only use the pictures as topics to give us ideas what to talk about. So no describing. I just look at the picture and I think, what is the topic behind it? So let's look at the first one. I see a person in the mountain, person in nature. So the idea here we want to communicate is a holiday in nature against a place somewhere, a historical place somewhere in the city. Usually these kind of places are in cities. So that's the first difference that I notice. Nature against city, or calm against crowds or busyness, tourists in cities. So these are two ideas that come to my mind as soon as I look at the pictures. And for contrasting, we're going to use these words over here. So but, while, whereas, on the one hand, on the other hand, in contrast. With one or two, we should be fine. So let's try and make 2 sentences with these connectors about the ideas that we just brainstormed. Okay, well, so in the first picture, I can see a person that's walking in the mountain, hiking. Whereas on the second one, I can see another person taking a photograph of a historical site. So why these people might have decided to spend their holidays in this way? So I imagine the first person likes to be alone in nature or likes more of a physical challenge. While, let's use while now, the person in the second picture prefers visiting historical places, taking pictures, places where there are a lot of tourists. They don't mind the crowds, and so on. Okay, well, I hope you liked my explanation and my mini tutorial, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.